Hey everyone. So I was just getting ready to go to bed and kind of had these thoughts in my head, and I don't feel like going back down at the computer and getting on there and messing with all that. So I was just thinking about and I want everybody to think about this as I'm speaking this. And obviously, you don't have to answer now because I'm recording a video. But three questions. What are you doing right now to fight against globalism and the tyrannical bullshit that's going on? What are you doing right now to fight against it? Question number two: what are you planning to do in the future to fight against this bullshit? And number three: what is your line? What is your line, not even in the sand, what's your line in the fucking concrete that's gonna make you finally do something? Now, I've done videos before about do something, and it may or may not be on this YouTube channel, probably on my other channel that got banned, but it's on my BitChute, and you can check that out. But so going back to these three questions, right? So, for example, what am I doing, right? And this, there's simple things that you can do. For one, I always say don't buy or don't even shop at places like Walmart. Don't shop there. Don't give in to that crap. Do not buy anything that's made in China. I've made a strong effort this year to not buy anything that's made in China. Example, I was at, I don't know where it was, but I was looking for a new cooler to take with me to work for my lunch. I found this really nice cooler. It was cool, had pockets. I looked at the tag. It said made in China. I said, nope, not getting it. The more stuff we buy that's made in China, the more we're giving in to China and these companies making their shit in China and getting cheap ass shit that fucking breaks. You know, do not buy from Amazon. Amazon is another evil corporation. Yes, I know it's convenient and I know it's easy. You can go in there within 2 minutes, find what you're looking for, slide that thing over, and 2 days later it's at your door. I know it's easy, but you can use Amazon as a nice reference, right? I know there's certain things that we always buy, or that we buy that we don't really know what we're looking for. It's like, oh, I'm thinking about getting, I don't know, a hockey puck. I don't know, whatever. And so you're like, oh, let me go on Amazon and look at what my options are. Use it as a reference. But if you find something that you like, try going to that actual company's website or look for a different place where that same item is for sale and buy from that place instead. Amazon is getting rich off of us and they're abusing us. So that's just three things that you can do. And I've talked before about going to school board meetings. If you are a parent and you're sending your kid to school right now that's forcing your kid to wear a mask, you're giving in to their bullshit. Stop doing it. If everybody stops sending their kids to school, they might do something. But the thing is, that's why all these school districts, before school started, said, oh yeah, we're not going to have any mask rules. And then days before school started, they changed their rule. Why do you think they did that? Because they already got their funding set up for the entire school year. So no matter if they get 1,000 kids that end up showing up or 200 kids, the funding is still the same. Do not send your kids to school in a mask. Going to school board means going to local protests in your area. I was down at the CDC last Friday, more as a news representative than I was a protester. But so there's this group that's protesting down there every Friday, from now through November, 5 to 7 every Friday at the CDC, protesting against these mandates. You know, um, another thing I do, like, I do not shop, or I do not go out to eat at any of these national chain restaurants anymore. They serve crap food. It's essentially frozen microwave food, and it tastes delicious, but does it? A lot of it is just crap. So I prefer going to my local mom and pop. Support your local businesses and your restaurants. Don't go to these national chain places. Do not buy your meat at a grocery store. It's full of graphene oxide, it's magnetic. What does it think that's doing to your body? Find a local butcher or meat shop in your area. Try not to get your fruits and vegetables from the grocery store. Find a farmer's market in your area. They're usually open in your area every weekend. Find a farmer's market. Buy direct from the farmer. It's cheaper and it's better. The meat market that I've been going to, the meat is so much cheaper, and oh my God, it is so much better. It's so much more delicious. I mean, what? There's just so many other things. I mean, a lot of times I take, when I do go to stores, I take some Postit Notes with me, and I'll find, like, I'll walk through and I'll put a Post-it note on, like, the Diet Coke. Hey, this is full of aspartame. Aspartame is one of the worst things for your body ever. Look it up. Or I'll just write directly on the can of, or the 12 pack of Diet Coke, this has aspartame in it. Look it up. I'll put Post-it notes on the signs that say, get your COVID jab here. And I'll put no, or on the time to get your flu shot sign, put a Post-it note on it. Print out documents. Print out documents that talk about aspartame or talk about the side effects of the jab. Print them out. Put them in the vitamin department at your local store. They may not stay there for very long. Maybe someone will see it. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll pick it up and read it. Maybe they won't. But that's something. It's little somethings all over the place that we can do. Like, I printed up a whole bunch of copies of the Dr. Zelenko protocol, and I'll put that over in the vitamin section by the vitamin C or by the vitamin D. You know, make little business cards with 3 or 4 website links on it, and put it on the shelves at stores. It's just, there was one day at Target. So Target has a big sign out in front of the store that says, no waiting for the jab. Just walk right in. And I just turned the sign around. I don't know how long it stayed like that. It's not against the law. I put stickers up places, lawful places. I'm not breaking the law to do it. Speaking of that, I went to get gas yesterday, and on the gas pump, there's a little sign that it was a picture of Joe Biden pointing like this, and it said, "I did this," and it was pointing at the total of the gas and the price per gallon of the gas. I thought it was hilarious, so I need to look up where to get those. So that's just a few of the things that I may or may not do. No, I do most of those things. But there's other things that you can do. Support your local gun shop. Don't buy your ammo from, and there's nothing wrong with Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop, really. But again, they're a national chain. Find your local gun shop and buy your ammo and your guns from there. It may be a little bit more. You may pay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cents more per round. But I mean, come on. You're supporting these people that are your friends that may or may not help you down the road. Get to know your neighbors. Find out in your neighborhood who are the fighters and who are the sheep. And you have to be able to combine with these people who are going to fight in the long run. And I'm not talking about physical fighting. I'm talking about people who are going to stand up. Um, I've talked about this before. Get your protocol ready when or if you ever get, the thing. Or if you get shedded on. Get your vitamin D, get your vitamin C, get your zinc, get your quercetin, get your Iver, get your hydroxy. I posted links before of how to get that. Time for Freedom. Um, there's lots of places to go, and I posted that before. You can go back into my videos and find that. But so again, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now to fight against this bullshit? If you're doing some of those things, I'm not saying that these are all the best ideas. It's just little things, and it may or may not make a difference. Who knows? But if more people were doing some of these similar things, it might make a difference. Imagine if half of the country who currently shops at Walmart stopped going to Walmart. I mean, there's probably already a lot of people who don't go to Walmart. But actually imagine if half their customers right now stopped going there, right? What kind of impact that would make. Um, so, what are you doing right now? What are you planning to do? Take some of my ideas, come up with some of your own. There's lots of great ideas that are out there. Holding signs above the freeway bridges. I've seen a lot of people doing that. You get a couple honks, maybe wakes people up. Maybe those people see a sign and they'll look it up. Maybe they won't. You know. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do from this point on? Because you need to make a decision right now. You're either gonna go along with the globalist bullshit, or you're gonna fight against it. So, and I'm not saying you have to fight against it, but I suggest that you do. You don't have to. You can go along with it and just be happy with what's going on. But then again, it brings me to my third question. What is your line in the concrete? What has to happen for you to actually stand up and do something? And I'm not going to tell you what that answer is. You need to figure that out for yourself. I know what mine is. And I've probably already have hit that point, but sorry, I have to adjust myself here. But anyways, um, you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? Because I was never a big movie theater goer, but I have decided at this point, if I never get to go to a movie theater again, so be it. If there are certain restaurants that I do not get to eat at ever again, so be it. I don't give a care. If I never get to fly on an airplane again, so be it. I will drive. I will not give in to their stupid rules. If I never get to go to a sporting event, so be it. I'm done with sports. Last year was my last year with sports. Um, if I never get to go to a concert again, so be it. If I never get to go to any other these big events again, so be it. I do not care. That stuff is not important anymore. I like doing some of those things. I think about if a member of my family is gravely ill and I'm 1,200 miles away, what am I going to do? Well, it's a 24-hour drive. Well, I made it in 19, but, you know, um, I can do that. I don't like doing it, but I will do it because I will not give in to the mask rule on airplanes. So until they stop with their rules, I'm not doing it. I won't do it. That's my line. Um, they've tried to get me, well, not anymore, but to wear the mask while I'm at work, and I won't do it. And they've tried to get me to wear it, and I'm like, no. If that's the hill I die on, because I told them, It's like, I don't want this fight with you, but I guarantee you that you do not want this fight with me, because in the end, you will lose. It may not be in a week, it may not be in a month, it may take 3 months, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, but you will lose and I will win, because what you're doing is wrong, what I'm doing is right. If I get fired from my job and finally after a year, they'll hire me back and they'll pay me a year of back pay. That's how that's going to go. So, figure out for yourself what's your line, what you're willing to give up, what you're willing to put up with, because we all need to ask these questions to ourselves and figure it out for ourselves. So, this has already gone on way too long, and I need to get to bed. So, I'm going to go. So, I will see you tomorrow night.